Welcome back. Got more cricket cards. Another mail day, and it's not just cricket this time. I got a couple other sports I'll get to here in a second. I want to start with a little history lesson. This guy, Elias Hendren, better known as Patsy, was one of the great batters of the 1920s. He also was a first-class soccer player. He played for Man City and a bunch of other good teams. I think he played like 400 soccer matches, but his batting average was around 50, and he was considered one of the best batsmen of his era. These are his two rookie cards that I found from 1922. He's not in the Hall of Fame, so I hadn't targeted him originally, but the more I've learned about this era, he was definitely a very significant player, so I figure he'll probably get into the Hall of Fame at some point. Got a couple of Hobbs cards. This one I had before. This is a 1926 Ogden's, but the one I have is in pretty poor condition. This one is really sharp. I'm still amazed that they're in this nice a condition. You can see at the bottom there's a little mark in the top corner, but the front is like really crisp, good, nice corners. This one is 1924 DC Thompson Rover. And you can see the back it was obviously glued on, but the front is really nice. And it's a nice big size. You can see it almost takes up this whole big, card saver one. But I didn't have this one. And, commons in this set are book value £10. So it's a pretty hard set to find. So getting a nice Hobbs that I didn't have was definitely worth it. And then this is a Grimmett from 1926. Another set that I did not have, a Grimmett from one of his earlier cards. And the commons from this set also go for about £8 to £10. So getting a Grimmett was nice for the price I did. And then finally, another Len Hutton rookie. I have a few of these already, but I want to say this was only a £1 or £2, so I picked it up. All these I had shipped from England, this whole lot, for $20, including shipping. So was really happy with that price. And, a bunch of cards I didn't have. The next lot was just two cards I got off of a guy, really nice guy who I've developed a little bit of a relationship with from a Facebook group that we're both on. And he sold me this Jesse Owens, which is really nice. It's a really cool set. I think this is 1939, I want to say, a couple years after his rookie card. And then this Ranji that I did not have. And, I mean, look at that. Look at the condition on that. It's a really, really nice... this is the Vanity Fair series from Wales. I want to say this is probably 1901, I believe these are from. But how cool, and kudos to the folks that kept these so nice for 120 plus years now. Another thing I wanted to show you, he sent it in an envelope, and this was kind of the backing from it. And this is an old postcard, postmarked from the 1920s. And I was messaging with him afterwards. He said that this is actually a postcard from, I think, 1908 that someone sent, 20 years later, and now using it as backing for free. He just threw that in, which I thought was really cool of him. Here's a little lot of tennis cards. I've shown these before, but Don Budge, 1936. This is his rookie card. One of probably the 10 to 20 best tennis players of all time, and one of the two U.S. men's players of all time. This is one of his two rookie cards. And then, this seller also had some other singles. So I picked up some other rookies from this set. Gene Nico and Miss Fabian and Miss Matthews. So these are all from this. So I picked all those up. I want to say all those combined were, 10 or 20 bucks, something like that. Something random here. A 4-pack of So these are 4 postcards from 1973, and this is Secretariat. Some would argue, my dad included, the greatest athlete of all time, just an absolutely dominant racehorse. So a guy was selling those on eBay. I was actually looking at horse racing in general and looking at who were the best, and obviously Secretariat was the best. I didn't actually find any cards from this year, but he had some postcards from this year, so I picked those up. Pretty cheap, just thought they were kind of cool to have. I'll probably give one to my dad. And then this is a lot I bought from a different seller. A giant Brian Lara card. I got 2 of those. 5 Viv Richards cards and 2 Kapil Dev. So this is from the 1986 set, Question of Sport. So you might know these from, they've got the Mike Tyson rookie card in them that you'll see people get those PSA graded and sell those for hundreds of dollars. These were, cheap, but I just thought that was kind of neat. I didn't have any of these, and the guy had a bunch of them, so I just bought a handful of them just to have. And then this was really the thing he had that I was most excited about. Gordon Richards, considered maybe the greatest jockey of all time. And yes, I'm going down rabbit holes here with tennis and now horseback riding. But this guy really was an incredible jockey. He actually was the best jockey 26 years. He won the most races 26 different years. Widely considered top 5 jockey of all time. I actually think it's hard to argue with him as not being one of the top 2 or 3 of all time. So I really like cards from this era. And this set is from 1927. And as far as I can tell, these are his rookies. So got these 3 from 1927 Ogdens. And then he also had, I want to say this was from 1929, and this is from 1930. So, 5 really early Gordon Richards. I actually had a bunch of his cards from the 30s, but I was just happy to have these. So that's all for now. I think next time I'm going to start going through some of my rookie cards from cricket by decade. That's probably how I'll organize the videos going forward, and just try to teach some history and what I've learned along the way.